Kamira out to coordinate the city's defenses, while Tharn and I continue to refine our strategy. Can we hold this city, or should we fall back? I hope the battle mage can pull a miracle out of his ear, but we cannot count on that. Kamira knows Riverhold and its people well. Her training has prepared her for this. She is more than capable of organizing our defenses and converting our strategies into actionable tactics. She is very good at getting things done. When Euraxia first conquered our home, she occupied the entire upper tier of northern Elsweyr, from Riverhold to Rimmen. It took many years and much blood to retake the northwest and confine her to Rimmen. I have no doubt she will attack. It won't be easy, but our strategy is sound and Kamira excels at executing tactics. Between Captain Nalado's remaining warriors and the Desert Wind adepts you brought, we should have the forces we need, provided Euraxia does not send a dragon.
Find Kamira outside and see what she requires. Euraxian soldiers will soon reach Riverhold. When that happens, all oblivion will break loose.
Oh, this spring attaches to the widget with the hook. Then put the fire salt in the tiny little
This one thought to leave violence and anger in the past. But Joan and Jode follow their own path. Zamorak suspects you really want to talk to Kamira, though, yes?
We need your cart to help barricade the city, Grishkal. The main will compensate you for any damage. I knew nothing good would come of Abner Tarn's efforts to make peace with the usurper queen. Now she turns her attention to Riverhold. We must protect the city, no matter what Euraxia throws at us. So many have answered the call. Zamorak and the Desert Wind adepts, the people of Riverhold. Even that strange Cadwell. And now you, Five Claw. Excellent! I have things that need to be done, but not enough hands to do them. If you are willing. The outlying farms are vulnerable to attack. We need to get the farmers inside the walls before Euraxia's forces arrive. Go to Greenleaf Farm and convince Zazie to move her family. After that, I will send word as to what I need you to do next.
Wait, Walker. Zamorak will accompany you.
Victory is never assured in battle. But this one cannot help but worry that the odds are unfavorably stacked against us. After all, what hope have we against dragons? Still, we cannot allow Euraxia's tyranny to continue. We must fight.
This one would go with you to the Greenleaf Farm. The farmers there were kind when Zamorak passed that way on his return. He would help you convince them to find safety inside the town. Exile. Circumstances forced Zamorak to leave the land he loves. This one never imagined returning to Elsweyr, but here he is. Zamorak will help, though he prefers to utilize his healing skills over his martial abilities. Zamorak understands, but that may be easier said than done. The last time this one used his martial skills, Well, things did not go well. We can discuss this more later. Now let us go help the farmers. The farm lies to the northwest of the town. The fastest way to reach the farm is through the gate in the western wall.
Yes, Captain. The scouts report the Euraxians are marching in this direction.
As we expected. Now move. We still have much to do before they get here.
Euraxians, here! We expected an attack from the east and south, but they've somehow encircled the town.
Get out, servant of the usurper queen. Before this one, close your eyes. Who are you to burst into our home without permission? Wait, this one recognizes the brawny adept standing behind you. What do you want with Zazie and her family? The Euraxians are already here. They seem to be searching for something, though so far they have left us alone. But this one's mate and brother, Kinaro and Hirsch, they are still in the fields, and we will not run while our family remains separated. You would do that? Thank you, Walker. Kinaro would try to hide, but my brother, Hirsch, can be hot-headed, and he hates the Euraxians. A lethal combination when faced with Euraxian steel. Please, hurry. This one's son plans to join the militia. Zazie would rather keep him safe, but children never appreciate the advice of their elders, yes? A few small caves lie to the west, in the hills. We use them for storage as they stay cool and dark, even on the hottest days.
I should be the one to search for father and uncle, not these outsiders.
Hey! You'll do no such thing!
Stay back! Go away! Haven't you done enough? Zazie, is she safe? Thank John and Jode. Dark moons, what a disaster. The soldiers appeared and chased us out of the fields. Then they started digging. Hirsch threw a rock. They responded with an arrow. Now my mate's brother is dead. I heard one of the soldiers mention body parts. Such gruesome work. But no one is buried in our fields, at least as far as I know. Oh, Walker, I have no idea how Zazie will react to the news of Hirsch's death. Dark moons, indeed.
This one will say the words to guide Hirsch to the sands behind the stars.
Thank you, Adept. I'll go and break the sad news to Zazie.
Go, Walker. Convince Zazie to take her family and flee. Zamorak will find you later, after he completes the rite. This one is not a defenseless farmer. He will say the words to guide Hirsch to the sands behind the stars. It is the least this one can do. When a true Khajiit dies, they are welcome to the sands behind the stars. There, they play and pray until the next pounce. The words that this one sings will summon Kenarthi to carry off Hirsch's soul.
We all grieve for Hirsch, Miniza.
This one's brother now walks the endless sands behind the stars. Zazi's sorrow is only eclipsed by the hatred she feels towards the Araxians. This one's brother would want us to stay here and defend our farm. Zazi would be a poor sister and a poorer matriarch of this family if she tucked her tail between her legs and slunk away. But, damn you, Walker! We can't even spare a moment to take care of Hirsch's remains? No. The living are more important than the dead. We will go into the city. However, if this one gets killed anyway, she promises to haunt you.
Ah, 5 Claw. Good. I have another task for you. I hoped to catch you before you were done here. I need you to head west. Nalado's scouts identified a number of Euraxian supply camps set up near the mountains. I want you to help Nalado and her soldiers disrupt the Euraxian supply lines. These western camps support the soldiers that encircle the city. Find the camps, startle their horses, and set fire to their wagons. Nalado's soldiers will grab whatever supplies they can, but your goal is to inflict mayhem and destruction. Once you scare off the horses and set fire to the wagons, that will be the signal for Nalado's soldiers to grab the supplies. And if any of the Euraxians complain, feel free to deal with them however you see fit. Zumog Fum! He wants to resurrect the betrayer from the ancient tales of Kunzari. Ever since Abner Tharn made the Moonsingers recall those legends, we have been haunted by them. But that is the next problem. First, we must protect Riverhold. Do some damage, 5 Claw. You were right, 5 Claw. They are searching.
Ah, 5 Claw, just in time. Chimera told you what to do, yes? Mayhem. Such a beautiful word, especially when applied to dung-covered Euraxians. This one will keep the volunteers safe while you cause an uproar in the camp. You did hear what Nalado said, yes? About the volunteers? Our militia consists of a few trained troops, plus many well-intentioned civilians who do not know the sword from a scissor. Guess which ones accompanied Nalado on this mission? Sleek and lively. Grab what you can. Quickly, take as much as you can carry. Well done, 5 Claw. Let's talk over there. If those dungheads had proper tails, what we did to their supply camps would put a kink in them. One more small task, 5 Claw, if you are willing. This one would have you help the strange one named Cadwell. Cadwell was adamant about helping our cause. He's been tinkering with bits and scraps, claims he's made traps to slow down the Uraxians. If you would, help the Strange One set his traps where the Uraxians are sure to spring them. Cadwell works along the main road that heads south out of Riverhold. Make sure he doesn't blow himself to bits, yes? Now, Nalado must return to the city before the Uraxians arrive in force. This one wants to be there when the battle truly begins.
So good to see you again. I missed you terribly. Now, mind where you step. I had no idea I could make such delightful murder toys. You don't want to stick a toe into any of them, though. Threw my little piggy right off. I can play a lute. Magnificent sword play, my speciality. Can even make a delicious Daedra heart flambe. But these doodads that go kaboom just popped into my head while thinking about how to help the catfolk. I quite like the catfolk. Wouldn't that be remarkable? Decide you need to know something, and it just occurs to you in a flash of inspiration. Chocolate souffle. No, it didn't work. More likely, it's something I knew before they chopped my head off and scrambled my memories. Took it right off the old body, yes. Not that I recall details. Probably better that way. Anywho, you can help me arm the last few traps along the road. Just twiddle the spring and tweak the fiddly bit. Carefully. Watch. I'll show you. To arm a trap, just twiddle this bit like so, and... Oh, dear. I'm fine. I twiddled when I should have tweaked. Just a wee bit scorched, that's all. Oh my, it's happening again. Well, that's an evil-looking orc, a necromancer, I do believe. I recognize that tree. They're on their way to Riverhold. That's not good. Not good at all. I have enough trouble seeing through my own eyes, let alone someone else's. I hope this doesn't become a regular occurrence. The betrayer's head. I'm not sure why we're connected or why it insists on showing me the most disturbing images. I saw an orc necromancer, dreadful chap. He's coming to Riverhold and he's bringing his nasty undead chums with him. Rubbish and poppycock, that makes no sense. What's it? Wait, I remember something. The betrayer. Those loon priests called me that, right before they... Well, we need to warn the cat people. The necromancer is coming, and he's bringing undead.
For Queen Euraxia!
Riverhold with cats so bold, I'll see you there if truth be told.
Over here, Five. Let us talk.
They're definitely on their way, Chimera.
We must get inside.
Perfectly aligned teeth.
We must get inside and prepare to defend the town. Euraxia's forces are underway. More undead. Just like at the Defense Force outpost. Regular troops are bad enough, but shambling corpses. They unsettle even the most seasoned Khajiit warrior. We need to warn Gareshri. Almost. I wish we had another day and another pride of warriors. But our claws are sharp. Finish your business, then tell me when you are ready. We will enter the town, clear the streets, and set the final defenses before we report to Gareshri.
Clean goods, bought and sold.
helped the clan mother retake Orentia. Bright moons, and well done.
You'll want to find another place to rest your feet, stranger. These stitches are about to burst. It won't be much longer before the whole place unravels, as it were. There's a new Khajiit in charge, Kazda, and he enjoys throwing his weight around. Between this one and you, most in the stitches find Kazda's leadership lacking, but none will stand up to him. Though this one heard rumors Tasnasi is back. No friend of Kazda's, this one can tell you. She's recruiting for a job, or so the rumors say. This one doubts she'll have much luck convincing someone local to make an enemy of Kazda. But someone passing through... Last I heard, Tasnasi was camped on the north rim of the scar, but this one doubts she'll stick around for long. The moment Kazda catches wind of her, he'll have her throat slit.
Are you ready, Five Claw? Good. I just need to check on the town's defenses before we rendezvous with Gareshri.
Won't somebody come?
Speaker! We have news!
If you told me a year ago that I would be wandering elsewhere on behalf of the Khajiit to deal with a rage of dragons, I would have turned you into a newt for spouting such nonsense. Yet here we are.
Strike hard! Drive back the Uraxians! Five Claw, did the speaker send orders?
Riverhold belongs to Queen Euraxia, cats!
Grave-robbing cur!
Every death is just a new recruit for Euraxia's army!
This one hates killing the same fools again and again! This one must warn me!
Necromancer's spell will animate every corpse in town, but this one has an ID. Meet Zamorak at the temple, and maybe we can disrupt the spell. Riverhold's blessed moon pillars. They can cleanse the necromantic curse. This one must be at peace to memorize the inscription. They spilled blood in this sacred place. Are one. Come, let us find the blessed pillar of the spring moon. As long as the necromantic spell remains in place, the dead will keep rising. Deal with the undead while Zamorak recites the prayer. Vakri Tashin. The spring moon has sanctified the ground. Let us proceed to the summer moon. Deal with the undead while this one activates the pillar of the summer moon. Vakri Jashin. Pillar of the Winter Moon, near Kahajab Hall. The moon pillars are activated. Riverhold is sanctified.
It's working. The dead are dead again.
Wait. Something is coming.
Dark moons! Dragons!
We can't fight dragons!
This one will order the retreat.
No. Riverhold belongs to the Khajiit.
Khamira! Consider your next words very carefully.
Now I'll speak the words my people need to hear. We are Khajiit. We are the children of Alkosh, the daughters and sons of Joan and Jode. We do not run, even from dragons.
Bolokdan! Prove your worth. Destroy these paltry insects!
Stand with me, people of An-Xileel, for I am Khamira, daughter of King Hemakar. I am your queen. Now, Five Claw! Use the ballista and drive the dragon to the ground!
Bolokdan will crush you.
We have shown that the Khajiit will not run, not even from a dragon!
All hail Khamira, daughter of King Hemakar and Queen Numara!
Soon, Rimmon and all of An-Xileel will once again belong to us. The reign of the usurper queen nears its end. On this, I give you my word as the heir of An-Xileel, the daughter of King Hemakar, and the true queen of Rimmon.
We have plans to make. War Council, with me.
The speaker is correct. There's still work to do. Let's convene in Kahajab Hall.
Our people have someone to fight for, and that makes Nalado purr with contentment. But there is still much to do before Anequina is free.
You helped give my people hope, Five Claw. That is a debt I will be hard-pressed to repay. Let us consult with Lord Gareshri and Abner Tarn. We have the rest of this war to plan out. Not to mention Cal Grontid and the dragons to deal with. I am the heir to the throne of Rimmon. All of Anequina, to be exact. But I will not officially become the queen until the Main recognizes my lineage and heritage. Before that can happen, we need to remove Euraxia and her ilk from my palace. I have not forgotten. Both the dragons and the necromancers can be defeated, though. You have shown that. We will find a way to prevail. We have to. Mulamnir and his superior Cal Grontid, however. I expect they will not go down so easily. I want to take the fight directly to the usurper queen, roust her from the palace and take back what is ours. The War Council must decide, however. Lord Garishri still commands the militia, and Abner Tarn formulates our strategies.
Thank you for helping defend Riverhold from the Usurper Queen's forces. And killing a dragon! That was amazing! I just wish Chimera had not revealed herself in quite so open a fashion. Chimera is indeed the daughter of King Hemekar and Queen Numara. She alone survived the murder of the royal family and has served as my aide ever since. The men and I hope to reveal her identity after we had the Euraxia situation more well in hand. A mistake? No. I trust her instincts. She will make a good queen for our people. But Chimera lets her emotions get the better of her, and she can be reckless. I worry that those tendencies could end her rule before it truly begins. Euraxia killed most of the palace staff and quickly spread word that the royal family was dead. Chimera hid in plain sight, often working far from Rimmon, and her pendant protects her from magical detection. Now, talk to Tharn. Plans must be made.
You killed a dragon. Impressive, but don't let it go to your head. It was just one, and not even that large of a specimen. Plus, of course, no one will remember your feat. They're all going to be talking about the return of their queen. I had every faith in your ability to handle the situation. There was no need to intervene and tarnish your moment of glory. Besides, my considerable strategic skills serve the Khajiit cause better than my battle magic. I leave the mayhem to you. Honestly, I had no idea. Chimera's rousing words were all well and good, but it will take more than inspiring speeches and old siege weapons to take down my half-sister. Based on recent events, only one course of action makes sense. We must strike at Rimmon and remove my half-sister from the throne before she rallies her forces. First, however, take this. Compensation for stopping the undead and killing a dragon. My half-sister continues to be an embarrassment to our family name. The time has come to deal with Euraxia. Permanently. Half-sister. And yes, if it comes to that. Euraxia conquered Rimmon without authorization. She oppressed the Khajiit, unleashed hordes of undead, and made a deal with the dragons. If we don't depose her, I hate to imagine what she'll do next. Who said anything about a direct assault? Subterfuge is called for. I suggest a small group slip into the palace, locate Euraxia, and remove her from the throne by any means necessary. Talk to Garesh Ree. He knows someone who can get us inside.
Now that I have revealed my true heritage, we need to act quickly, Lord Speaker.
I agree with the princess. The time has come to remove my half-sister from the throne.
Queen Tarn. I have not been a princess in a very long time.
I stand corrected. Queen Chimera. You said you had a way to get us into the palace, Lord Speaker?
I do. Five Claw, let us speak. Like most of Abnur Tharn's plans, it is both brilliant and daring. If it has any chance to succeed, however, we need a way to get a small force into the palace without being seen. Luckily, I may have an answer. The former custodian of the palace, he knew the place like the back of his paw. Remarkably, he survived Euraxia's conquest and the purge of the royal family. Find him, and he should be able to provide us with an unseen path into the palace. Aneshi. He served as Castellan for Rimmon Palace under King Hamekar. You can find Aneshi southeast of here, where he now cares for a shrine to the ancient hero Kunzari. Learn what he knows. Then meet the rest of the strike force in Rimmon.
Nalado never served at the palace, so this one wouldn't know Aneshi from Maik the Liar, or Queen Chimera, for that matter, Nalado is sad to say. When Euraxia attacked, this one was a new recruit assigned to a tower along the Cyrodiil border.
I remember Aneshi. He and his wife served my parents well. Tell him that I am alive and I plan to take back our kingdom. He will provide the information we need. Of that, I am certain.
Want some advice, Walker? Never wait around to find out what made a horrible noise!
I will suffer no interruptions. Anda, Riparai! Have you learned your lesson yet? but you do not comprehend. You kill, but you do not comprehend. you kill what you do not comprehend. My genius overwhelms you.
Kingdom of artistry. Rachin studied there as a painter for one single day. This may or may not have something to do with a rather pretty subject with rather little clothing.
5 Claw. I decided to join you. An-Xileel deserves to hear that I still live in my own words.
Welcome to An-Xileel's humble shrine, Gunzari. Here, we remember the tales of the hero of ancient Elsweyr. Old An-Xileel doesn't get many visitors, friend. Few find much comfort in the ancient tales of Gunzari during these trying times. Wait, An-Xileel recognizes your friend. She is grown now, more serious, but this one knows Princess Kamira by Jode. An-Xileel's beloved wife, Zaima, worked with the militia for a time after we avoided Euraxia's purge of the palace. Passed along information until the Euraxians caught her. They killed her in the palace courtyard. If An-Xileel can help, he will do so. Then you need to enter the palace crypts. A forgotten passage in the crypts leads to the royal kitchens. An-Xileel will write down directions to where he hid his master key. The key opens a door in the sewer under the palace that leads to the crypts. Jode above, old An-Xileel can hardly believe his eyes. Princess Kamira.
It is truly me, Castellan. But I am Queen Kamira now. We will throw the usurper from my father's throne.
We stayed close to the castle. Zaima, my brave and beloved wife, she passed information to the militia until the vile Euraxians got her. After that, An-Xileel came here to restore this ancient shrine. This one will help you as best he can, my queen.
I will visit with An-Xileel, 5 Claw. Recover the master key and meet me in Riemann. I will not linger long, but I want to spend a few moments with An-Xileel. Find the master key, then rendezvous with us outside Riemann. Castellan An-Xileel oversaw the palace and was responsible for some of my training. Where do you think I learned the stories of Gunzari? His wife Zaima served as my governess. I have very fond memories of my time with her. An-Xiliel's wife was kind, generous. She cared for me and my siblings as though we were her own children. She could be firm, too, when discipline was required. Prior to Gareshri, Zaima was the best teacher I ever had. Well, Zaima and An-Xileel, both. To what end? An-Xileel was safer not knowing my secret. We knew that he and his wife had survived, knew that she was a spy for the militia. When I heard she had been killed, my heart broke. But I had a duty to remain hidden until the proper time. An-Xileel is an expert on all the heroes and gods of the Khajiit pantheon. His vivid stories about Gunzari were always my favorites, though. As I grew older, I realized that every story taught a lesson. They helped form the person I am today. Oh, you sound like Captain Nalado and Zamorak. Both wanted to accompany me. But I was an agent for the Main before I became queen. I will not be coddled. Meet up with the rest of the strike team in Riemann after you get the key. I will join you shortly. Neshi's wife was kind.
The hero Kunzari was enamored of moon sugar pies. He loved them, even defeated the giant Droll by eating 401 in a single sitting. Or was it 402? Oh, the moon singers don't all agree, you see. And Neshi has always been the custodian of one ancient site or another. Once it was the Rimin Palace. Now it is this unassuming shrine. After Euraxia had my beloved Zyma killed, this one sought peace. And Neshi found it here. Kunzari's tales not only entertain, they provide valuable lessons that resonate even in the current day. Did you know this ancient site has long been associated with the sleek hero? This was where he acquired Brukra's never-empty coin purse. Acquired, stole, tomato. It happened here. Although some texts put this as the place where he first bedded Fair and Equina, the two events share certain commonalities. Pilgrims, moonsingers, traders, many visit this humble shrine. Zyma was fiery and brave, all sharp claws and clever wits. Skills that this one has never possessed. She hid her anger and watched the Euraxians. When Zyma was captured and executed, Neshi fled. This one was afraid.
Sleep like a log tonight.
Five Claw, over here. Tarn wants to speak to you.
This city, Rimmon, I believe I visited this place long ago. It was newer then, not quite as large, and there were definitely fewer Euraxians. I'm almost certain about that. It seems that before I became the emaciated epitome of perfection standing before you, I was the miscreant the world knew as Cadwell the Betrayer. My recollections of that time are all jumbled up like pieces of broken pottery in a burlap sack. I've been wondering about that myself. Was it the transition from life to death? When I turned into a soul shriver, perhaps the centuries I spent wandering around scenic Cold Harbor, who can tell? I'm just glad that I'm no longer a monumental ass. I've seen things that would curdle the cream in your cabbage pie. My original head is a menace, and that necromancer, Zumod Thum, he's even worse. They collected a pile of body parts. I think they're me, or the old me. It's all quite confusing. Wouldn't miss it for all the shackles in Cold Harbor. I live for this kind of adventure. Besides, I want to make sure they don't get around to reassembling my old body. One of me is quite enough. Two is definitely out of the question.
I assume you recovered the master key? Oh, fragrant, my friend. I have waited a long time to return to the palace. My home. Tarn will describe the plan to you. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. Do you doubt my claim, Five Claw? No, no. Sometimes I find it hard to believe as well. I was barely 13 when the soldiers attacked. My father, King Hemakar, thought the new emperor had sent troops to bolster our defenses. He was wrong. Not just Rimmon. All of An-Xileel. The usurper queen hired an army and conquered our land to assuage her pride, her greed. She wanted to be a queen, so she killed my parents and subjugated my people. With your help, that ends today. My father's bodyguard, the King's Claw, escorted me to an adeptorium. I insisted on visiting the Grand Adept of the Desert Wind, and my father acquiesced. We were there when Euraxia attacked. Later, he took me to Gareshri. I never saw him again.
This one feels the weight of responsibility. It bears down like a boot upon my tail. Zamorak says many things. This one's words jump out of their own accord like fish leaping from a stream. Pay them no mind. We have much to do, Walker. Now is not the time to dredge up events that happened long ago. You asked Zamorak about his exile and why he returned. This one supposes he needs to tell someone, so it might as well be you, Walker. Zamorak was once more than just a humble adept. He was plucked from his studies and forged into a king's claw. Zamorak set aside his studies to protect the king and the royal family. But Zamorak failed. In the end, this one could save only Kamira. After that, I exiled myself and dedicated my life to peaceful contemplation. Zamorak dreamed that Elsweyr was in danger, that Joan and Jode wanted me to return, to face my failure and help Kamira take back her throne. That is what Zamorak thinks. That is what Zamorak will do. But do not tell Kamira. Not yet.
I may not have figured out Chimera's true identity, but things have been hectic since I met her. Zamorak, though, he was easier to surmise. I recognized the bearing of the king's claw the moment I saw him. Did you find us a way into the palace? The crypts. So that means another delightful trek through the sewers. The overwhelming stench of excrement still lingers from our last visit. Ah, well. I have another task for you to deal with first, however. The siege weapons aim down into the city. We need to disable them before Euryxia realizes she's under attack, or she'll destroy Rimmon just to spite us. Meet Nalado and destroy 2 of the installations. Chimera will take care of the 3rd. Just thinking out loud, a habit I acquired during my time in the archives at White Gold Tower. Zamorak once served as a royal protector. From his bearing and the way he hovers near Chimera, he had to be one of the king's claws. It's quite obvious. Captain Nalado's waiting for you near the siege weapons. Work with her to put them out of commission. Once we see the weapons go up in flames, we'll head out and rendezvous with you at the sewer entrance. I'm counting on it. After you and Nalado destroy the first 2 platforms and Chimera deals with the 3rd, Euryxia will order her troops into the streets to defend the city. That will mean fewer soldiers inside the palace to hamper our assault.
I'll get to the far bastion. Best we don't travel together.
This city, Rimmon.
Come witness the miracle at Sunspire.
Five Claw. Good, good. We have work to do. Are you ready to disable the siege weapons and wreak some more havoc? The soldier guarding the gate to the south weapons platform appears bored. This one plans to give her something to get excited about. When she leaves her post, slip through the gate and set fire to the siege weapons. Be quick, Five Claw. At the gate, yes. This one observed a few more soldiers on the platform, but not many. The usurper queen feels secure in Rimmon. We're about to change that. After this one deals with the soldier, I will move on to the north platform. Meet me there. Watch as Nalado becomes a sleek Euryxian soldier. Gah! How do they see with this thing on? Garashi has been spotted in the market. Hurry!
Finally, some action.
Nalado will deal with the soldier. Oh, this one can't wait to get out of this dungy armor. The south platform is under attack.
Stupid cats! Wait, I better warn my lieutenant first.
Go, destroy the siege weapons. Nalado will clean up this mess. We should be able to watch Queen Carmira destroy the far platform from over here. She did it! Now let's meet the others at the sewer entrance.
Here come the others now.
A queen should not rush into danger. It is unseemly. This one should be at her side to keep her safe. Nalado will follow orders, though. We must make our way through the crypts and into the palace before Carmira gets into too much trouble, yes? Carmira is queen now, so this one must do as she says. There are dangers ahead, regardless of whether we stick together or not. But we have a better chance of reaching the usurper queen if we approach from multiple directions. Yes, and if anything happens to our new queen, this one will have Tharn's head on a platter. We waste too much time, Five Claw. Are you ready to enter the sewers and find the door to the crypts?
I'll scout ahead! Tally-ho!
Nalado and Zamarag worry like mother cats over newborn kittens. I will be perfectly fine alongside Abner Tarn. Now, get moving, Five Claw. I want you there when I plunge my blade into the usurper queen's heart. Probably, but she has no reason to believe that the small strike force is attempting to breach the palace defenses. With the destruction of the weapons platforms, she should order her soldiers into the streets to repel our militia. Perhaps. But by Joan and Jode above, this plan will work. It has to. I will throw Euraxia from the battlements and reclaim my family's throne. This I swear in my father's name. Then we can deal with the necromancers and the dragons.
Have no fear. I promise to keep the cat safe. We'll meet up with you in the palace before we reach the throne room. Just watch out for any defensive spells my half-sister may have placed as you make your way through the crypts. Alarms, most certainly. Possibly snares to trap us, if my half-sister is feeling generous. More likely, explosive runes. Messy, but effective for keeping out unwanted guests. Will these ignorant questions never end? Euraxia has powerful magic of her own. The palace is warded against that sort of intrusion. I'll have to get inside the wards before I open a portal, and even then, teleportation will be risky. Our chances of success increase exponentially if we divide into 2 groups. Make your way through the crypts and into the palace. We'll meet up there. But be prepared. Once Euraxia knows we're near, we'll all be needed to finish her off.
Everyone, unsheathe your claws.
There is the door to the crypts. Let us see if the master key still works.
Nalado will guard the rear. You go ahead and find a way into the palace.
This one hasn't visited these crypts in a long, long time. When Zamorak served as the King's Claw, he regularly patrolled these old passages. Whoever defends Euraxia doesn't appear to be quite as vigilant. Wait, there is a scent. Undead. Be careful, Five Claw. Wait. This is the royal crypt, but it has been disturbed. They took his body. They desecrated the king's grave. And from the looks of it, the queen's and Kamira's siblings as well. Zamorak has no clue. This royal crypt was prepared when King Hemakar ascended to the throne and married Queen Numara. Why inter the bodies and then dig them up 6 years later? Dark moons. This one hopes that is not the case. To even think such a thing makes Zamorak's fur stand on end. We should hurry and find Kamira. Find the queen. We need to find a way into the palace, and quickly.
Euraxia not only murdered our king and queen, she desecrated their graves! She's a monster!
We can reach the royal chambers through the Chapel of the Guiding Moons and the Great Hall.
That's far enough. Queen Euraxia doesn't want to be disturbed.
The Chapel of the Guiding Moons is just ahead. It's the necromancer, Zumag Foom. They locked us in.
Queen Euraxia will be delighted to hear that we have guests.
Oh, look, more cats. I do adore flaying and then roasting the nasty creatures.
If you'll excuse us, we have another member of your party to deal with.
I'm of two minds. I want to watch your cadavers tear these cheeky mudcrabs apart, but I also want to deal with my inferior duplicate. What to do, what to do.
Leave the door to Zamarak. This one will make an exit.
More undead!
Go! Zamarak will guard your backs.
Go left while this one goes right. We will meet in the royal chambers.
Destroy me! Destroy you? No, we're simply correcting a mistake of nature.
We will transfer your duplicate's animus into you. But our time with Queen Euraxia has reached its end. Come along.
Please, not like this. Try smashing these glass baubles. Ah! Well, that wasn't pleasant. You go on. Can you believe the audacity trying to absorb my essence? Really? I'm not quite sure of the particulars. You'd be surprised how little of the necromantic arts I managed to pick up, even after all that time in Cold Harbor. Anyway, I think that vile head wanted, well, me, I suppose. From what I've heard, she really is a terrible ruler. And did you know she's Abner's sister? Family, am I right? The necromancer told the head that it was time to make a deal with a more powerful master, whatever that means. I'm feeling a bit deflated, really. Probably wouldn't be worth a dented soup spoon in a fight right now. Need a bit of a lie down. Maybe two. You go ahead. The royal chambers are right up the stairs. I'll join you as soon as I can.
have need.
Anything I can do for you?
There. Make haste. Euraxia is in the palace courtyard with Mulamnir. Be cautious. We need to know what Euraxia and the dragon are planning before we attack.
The moon gate you seek lies to the southwest. Zumog Thum has the key. Now, about my request.
The necromancers have already agreed to serve Calgrontid. You no longer interest us, Euraxia Tharn.
How dare you! We had a deal! What's this now? My incompetent half-brother and... Aha! The lost princess returns. Nalado! Here. Your parents have missed you so, princess.
Father! Mother! No!
I never liked you, Abner. Now do me a favor and just die!
I'll take down that shield. You deal with the undead. Shield is down!
I'll destroy you all! The runes of oblivion shield me! Feel the wrath of Euraxia Tharn! Destroy them, my loyal servants! The runes of oblivion shield me! innocents of oblivion, heed my call! Destroy them, my loyal servants!
We can mourn Nalado later. I need to see the throne.
Once this all began, I knew Euraxia would need to be dealt with. But sending Chimera's murdered parents against us, death was too easy an end for my half-sister. I'm concerned that the dragons continue to work with the necromancers, though. Half-sister. And do I really seem like the sentimental type to you? Euraxia may be gone, but Mulamnir mentioned his leader, Calgrontide. He said the necromancers were helping them, and Euraxia said something about a moon gate to the southwest. Perhaps. The next queen of Anequina said there's no time to mourn the dead, but I worry what happened here could affect her judgment. Let's get to the throne room and try to figure out why the dragons need necromancers and a moon gate.
We will deal with the fallen later. I fear more pressing matters must concern us now. May the dark take Euraxia! She sent my own parents against us, and killed the brave and honorable Nalado! But we have no time to mourn. We must determine what the dragons seek at the ancient moon gate.